Sens Tim Stützle's three-point performance in an overtime victory over Slovakia.
Zimmerman does scores!
Meanwhile, the Swiss need a win in regulation to advance after suffering a third loss of the tournament Tuesday against Canada. A spot in the quarterfinals is on the line. Puck drop is next. Welcome to Edmonton and the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. And it's the final preliminary game for both Switzerland and Germany. And there is plenty on the line. A quarterfinal berth. Leading the way for the Germans has been the Sens draft pick Tim Stützle. How impressive has he been? While the Swiss will need to turn the page quickly following Tuesday's 10-0 loss to Canada. And thanks so much for joining us here inside the bubble. I'm Laura Dyken, joined alongside our analyst Ray Ferraro. And it is very simple for the Swiss. A win in regulation and they are through to the quarterfinals. But it won't be easy. The Swiss have scored just one goal so far at these World Juniors. And they'll definitely need more firepower against a German team that's not only coming off its first win of this tournament, which came in overtime against Slovakia, but is also welcoming back 5 players into the lineup here today. With more, let's say hello to Craig Button and Dennis Bayak.
Germany went to relegation last year to advance to this championship. Their goal coming in, Craig, was to make the quarterfinals, but the road has not been easy.
No, not at all. You know, we hear often about how teams are going to face adversity. Well, certainly Germany was facing adversity before the tournament even started, but they get back Florian Bugel, their #1 goaltender, in the game against Slovakia. That gives them a huge boost. Obviously, Stützle and Peterka are going to provide an offensive boost, but this team has played with a real energy and a real spirit and ended up getting rewarded with the overtime win versus Slovakia. And when you talk about the determination, the grit, the moxie of Germany, it's been on display since the beginning, despite some real significant challenges.
Some of the players that played so many minutes in the previous game, maybe a little bit less today. 19 skaters dressed for Germany today.
So just to reiterate, Switzerland needing a win in regulation to get that quarterfinal berth. Anything else, and it's Germany's, who can still pass Slovakia for third, depending on what happens here today. So, Ray, the 2 best players for Germany have been their best players. How are the Swiss going to slow down J.J. Peterka and Tim Stützle?
Going to be a difficult task. They're the 2 best players in the game. They play on the same line. Their line has been excellent. A goal and 4 assists in the tournament, a goal and 4 assists for Peterka. A couple assists, but 3 goals as well for Stützle. They just drive this team. Stützle in particular is the engine that runs this team, and as Dennis and Craig were just talking about, getting players back into the lineup gives them a little bit of a breather between shifts. It takes some of the minute loads off some of the defensemen who have been playing just ridiculous minutes in this tournament. Yet here they are despite all of that, and they're this close to a 3rd place finish in the group. The 2 best players are going to lead this team today, and if they do, I think Germany wins.
Stützle logged over 31 minutes of ice time in that game against Slovakia. Germany has never qualified for the quarterfinals under this format. It's almost time for puck drop right here inside the Edmonton bubble.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
5 preliminary games remain, and yet so much to be decided here at the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship, and lots on the line for these two teams as Switzerland and Germany will get set to meet. The referees for this game, Guillaume Labonte from Trois-Rivières, Mark Pierce from North Vancouver, and the linesman Guillaume Brunel from Saint-Lambert and Maxime Chaput from Saint-Jérôme, Quebec. In nets for Germany, Florian Bugel stopped 22 of 25 in the overtime win over Slovakia. He plays in Salzburg. And in nets for Switzerland, Thibaut Faton, 0-2, but has stopped 70 of 75 shots, save percentage of .933. He plays in Lugano. In behind the bench for Germany, Tobias Abstreiter, second World Junior Hockey Championship, retired as a player in 07-08. And Marco Bayer, 2 national championships and a Spengler Cup championship. As a coach, he played in 2 World Junior Championships. Germany and Switzerland about to get going here in Edmonton.
Good, all right, big game tonight here, boys. Let's go.
And it is a big game. Germany sitting with 2 points in preliminary round play. Switzerland 0-3. There's a shot, and that goes off an arm up and out of play from Alan Spock. And plenty of fans in Germany. We say hello to all of them.
Well, in Germany with the rise on 3rd spot in the group, you know, you think about how they started shorthanded, undermanned, get to open up against Canada and Finland, the powers of this group, and here they are playing for 3rd spot.
So Germany could be in 3rd spot or they could be out.
No, oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
Penalty very early in this game. Switzerland would need to win this game to advance.
Germany 27, minor tripping.
But yes, a victory for Germany, and they would leapfrog Slovakia and jump into 3rd spot. So early power play for Switzerland.
Well, right off the face-off, and Munzenberger, who's a real rock of strength on the blue line for Germany. Get to the penalty kill. Well, Germany, Alan Spock had the good shot right off the bat, so, you know, they're playing on their toes. Now, Switzerland, 1 goal in the tournament. They get a chance here on the power play.
And the player that has their goal, Antonio Biasco, is not in the lineup. Injured. More on that later. Here comes Simon Canuck. Power play for Switzerland. Power play is 1 for 9. Back for Meyer. Back down for Canuck. And back up top for Noah Meyer. Cross-ice pass intercepted. Good defensive read there by Elias as that pass was intended for Barragano. Meyer will carry in, throws it cross-ice, looking for Schlapfer. Eventually does come back to him on for Szymanski. He'll send it back for Meyer. Barragano, cross-ice Szymanski in his first game. Wrister from him over top the net. May have gone off the arm of Bugel. And now chopped out into the center ice area as Germany will clear with Alberg. Zuber trying to tie his man up. Number 4 in his first action for Germany as well. Maximilian Zuber. Delamont being watched by Zuber. Delamont back for Pizzuto. Power play continues for Switzerland for 35 seconds. And this pass is deflected, and this goes up and out of play. And hello to everyone in Switzerland. We were supposed to come and visit you for the World Championship last spring, but that didn't happen, but we welcome you to the World Junior. Off the backboards, Alan Spock, Delamont. And the pass back for Rocco Pizzulo, slipped away from him. And now a race for it. Schumacher trying to bust his way through, and Schumacher gets ridden down into the backboards. Delamont goes rink wide. We have an injured Swiss player in behind the play. Rocco Pizzulo, slow to get up, and makes his way back to the Switzerland bench.
You know, you haven't scored but 1 goal in the tournament to Switzerland. Then you get on the power play. They don't have a lot of skill, and they're trying to make plays that you need skill to be able to make. Then it's simplified. Shoot the puck at the net, try to look for rebounds, I know what they're trying to do with the setup and everything that goes with it, but when you're trying to make those fine passes through the box, through the crease, under sticks, they don't have the skill to do it. So no kidding they're going to hit those passes deflected and out of harm's way.
There's the idea. Simon Canuck just threw that to the net, and it pinballed around a couple of legs and skates, and then got cleared by Germany. Elias, centering pass, and this will get tipped all the way back down the ice.
Listen, if you have the opportunity to use your skill, whatever it may be, to score goals, that's wonderful. But if you don't have the skill, you got to find different ways to score. So we're talking about the lone goal scorer, Biasca, Ilya Biasca. Here's what happened in the game versus Canada. Braden Schneider gets him in his sights, and it looks like he ends up falling awkwardly on the ankle or the knee. And the pregame warm-up, obviously, with crutches. There he is watching the game, making sure his hair is all positioned properly.
Eligible for the 2021 draft. His plan was to play in Halifax. So a couple of situations there. Number one, the injury, and number two, what is going to happen going forward with the CHL. Bettini will send it in. Back forward is Marcus Schwager in his first game for Germany as well. Number 13, Munzenberger. Stuffs it around the boards. Volek on the backhand, gets it out to center ice no further. Noah Meyer trying to put it back in, and offside is called.
Well, Marcus Schwager, I mean, the opportunity now for the players that have been waiting to play, you know, because of the protocols in place. He, along with 4 of his teammates, get their first taste of action, and I don't think they needed any pep talk to be up for this game.
Yeah, I don't think the coach needed to go by and say, "Are you ready for this one?" Veretout plays it back for Meyer, and back for Veretout. Deflected in by DeRuns. And off the backboards, cleared away by Schumacher. Raba takes the loose puck, sends it ahead to the line. No room down that left side for Weisnecker. Alberg sends it in. Dubé is after it. Weisnecker, another one of those players in his first game of this championship. Gardu leaves it in behind his own net for Switzerland. Heads to the bench on the change. Kananika looks for a little bit of room. His bank pass was a bit too far for Alan Stock. And right back in for Germany. Peterka plays it for Elias as the big line with Stutzla. On the ice, Peterka on the wraparound. Scores! J.J. Peterka opens the scoring for Germany.
J.J. Peterka recognizes that the goaltender's in a vulnerable spot, and he just calmly goes around the back of the net and takes full advantage of the opportunity. That's a really nice play down low by Stutzla. He kind of maneuvers the puck around, and then Peterka just grabs it and wraps it in and around. He knows right before he grabs that puck that Fanton is in trouble, and he makes him pay for it. Nice play by Peterka. The quickness, not only of the recognition, but then the quickness with his feet and the agility to maneuver there, and then the fast hands.
Second goal of the tournament for Peterka. He now has 6 points in this championship. That matches his point total from last year, except they're reversed. Last year he had 4 goals, 2 assists. And right now it's 2 goals and 4 assists for Peterka. But none of that matters. What does matter is Germany has the 1-0 lead. Tied up in the corner by Marchand. Schlapfer there to help out. At the line for Chanton. He'll go to the right point. Rister from the right side. Got blocked before. Got to the net. Turned away from Barragano. Barragano jumps in from the line. Stripped to the puck in the corner. Trying to clear it as Krobot. It ends up back in behind the net. Good work by Bettini. Zimmerman trying to stuff it up the boards. Sharp angle try. Zimmerman had the power play tally for Germany in the win over Slovakia in overtime. Marchand gets to the line and sends it in. Zimmerman hustles back, Zimmerman. Getting pressured there by Fust. Up at center. This will get flipped in by Enrique Morales, and then he'll head to the bench on the change. Peterka from Elias and Stutzla, the scoring play. So Stutzla with another point, giving him now 6 in the tournament. At the line for Guggenheim, trying to hold it in. He got bodied off the puck. Schwieger will leave it at center. Szymanski will carry it in. Szymanski tried to dump that to the front of the net. Schwieger after it in behind the net, but taken by Guggenheim. Guggenheim for Switzerland. Up the center to the German line, no further. Zuber will play it back into his own end. Up at center for Glutzel. He'll knife a backhander in. Reisnecker goes in after it. Reisnecker trying to jam it back to the line. Salzgeber's on it. Salzgeber back for Switzerland. And a crisscross at the line. Offside is called. Germany with the 1-0 lead on the goal by Peterka.
Those are some big minutes, and not unexpected minutes when you're playing with 9 forwards and 5 defensemen for the first 3 games of the tournament. Simon Guenep playing half the game. Now, obviously, no surprise about Stutzla and Peterka. Munzenberger on the blue line, carrying out. He's headed to the University of Vermont.
Guenep was a forward until 14 years of age.
Until the beginning of this tournament when they needed another defenseman.
Then they moved him back to defense, and he said he struggled with it a little bit. Wasn't that happy, but now very much enjoys playing defense, and yes, logs so much ice time for Germany. So this is before today's action. And now we see all the jerseys up there. Some of those poor young men never had anybody to talk to. There was nobody next to them.
You know, sometimes you might register a complaint about it. The quarters in the dressing room being a little tight. But when you get your players back, there is no complaining from Germany in that respect.
In across the line, backhand shot by Zimmerman, turned away, and Simon Canuck will charge back. Canuck one-on-one on Munzenberger. Bugle will come up and play it. Send it back up at center ice. Rocco Pizzullo back out after getting shaken up. Plays it cross ice in his own end. Fiedler will bank it off the boards, and Bugle will misplay it. Canuck into the slot, backhander to the front of the net. Ronnie Dollar. I'm not sure he realized how much time he had. And now an icing call against Switzerland.
Simon Canuck played last year in Portland. This year he's playing over in Davos this season, but talented player. He's got skill. You know, I was surprised he didn't get drafted in the NHL draft, but you know, one of the most talented players, and certainly somebody they're looking to for some offense. He's had some looks, he's had some opportunities, but like the rest of the Swiss team, offensively, it just hasn't gone their way at all.
Canuck sends it down low. Zuber plays it off the left side board. Schwieger comes near side and across for Szymanski. Back for Zuber. Zuber got spilled. Centering pass by Volek, never got to the front of the net. Volek now in pursuit. Gaetan Jobin gets to center. Gets stopped in the neutral zone. Delayed offside. Swiss will clear. And the puck gets sent in by Volek. Chanton regroups for Switzerland. Clears it in. Valentin Hofer goes in after it. Back at the line. Shot by Chanton, deflected wide. Barragano plays it down for Hofer. Hofer spins it behind the net for Schlapfer. Schlapfer pinned to the backboards by Dubé. Glutzel goes in there as well. Schlapfer tries to dig it free. Tries to swing to the forehand, can't. And Chanton at the line. Barragano gets it down low. Marchand with a backhand shot. And the save made by Bugle.
And Bugle stayed right with Marchand. Marchand makes a good move. And as he swings the puck over to his backhand. Also gives him less opportunity. He's got to hope that somewhere along the line, Bugle opens up either between the legs or on the short side, and Bugle does neither. I'd like to see that player try to stay more in the middle of the ice and more with the opportunity on the forehand with more net to look at rather than closing it down.
Stützle busting his way in, scores! What a goal by Tim Stützle. Cedric Fiedler simply could not handle him.
.423 in Edmonton, which just means it's Stützle time. Unbelievable. He breaks. Watch the lower body leverage. He gets underneath Fiedler, and he never loses sight of the puck. You talk about being able to operate in tight quarters. Tim Stützle. Oh boy, is he going to be an exciting player to watch in Ottawa.
Terrific hands in tight, yes.
Fiedler's a big man, but the leverage that he gets with his skating and getting underneath them, and yeah, the skill is so terrific, and he doesn't lose the puck. Fanton, no chance.
Switzerland calls it a coach's challenge for the offside prior to the goal.
So we have a challenge.
Play is under review.
So Marco Bayer puts in the challenge on the offside. So they will have another look at it.
I consider that control.
I agree.
I consider that control. And you can proceed the puck into the zone if you have control, and he's doesn't have to be on your stick for it to be considered control. And to me, he clearly has control of the puck.
Now, if you're Marco Bayer, you want to keep this at 1-0. You know your team doesn't score much. So you put the challenge in. The downside of it is if the goal stands, you're now going to be shorthanded as well and down 2-0. But what a goal. Tim Stützle fights his way in, and he does not have the puck on his stick as he crosses the line, but I think he did exactly what he was trying to do with the puck.
Well, but you can, like I said, you can have control of the puck without it being on your stick. It's, you know, I know there's a nuance there, and Marco Bayer and Patrick Fisher, a long-time Swiss national team player, terrific national team player.
Jungs, weiter ist egal, weiter.
So the linesmen Guillaume Brunel and Maxime Chaput having a look at this. And there's what the discussion is all about.
But now this becomes an interpretation of
Correct.
the rule. That's what it becomes an interpretation of. And like I said, by my interpretation, that's control. We'll see what the officials have to say about it.
He'll have a short chat with the referees, Guillaume Labonte of Trois-Rivières, Mark Pierce of North Vancouver, and Guillaume Labonte will make the call.
After video review, the call on the ice stands. We have a good goal.
And Marco Bayer doesn't like it, but I mean, we're with the linesman on this one. We feel the correct call was made.
Well, the nuance, like I said, what constitutes control of the puck? And to me, clearly, Tim Stützle was making a controlled play with the puck as he entered the zone, trying to get it around Fiedler. And now Switzerland has to kill a penalty.
Is that Tim Stützle? He's almost in the German bench.
He's in the German bench.
Or he's almost in the Swiss bench, I mean.
Well, there's a divider between them.
He's way over at the end of his own bench, and now he's coming on the ice.
For a power play.
Stützle from Elias and Peterka. The scoring play, so 2 points for Peterka, 2 points for Elias, and Marco Bayer's team that does not score much. Down 2, and another important penalty kill. A regulation time win for Germany. Actually, any kind of a win for Germany, and they will move into 3rd spot on the A side of the A pool. Peterka sends it down to the goal line for Albert, gets it back. Stutzla over on the far side. Gnip up top. Lays it down for Stutzla. Cross ice, Peterka walks it in, looking for the high tip. Elias got a piece of it, but it deflects to the corner. And now grabbed off by Schlaffer, and with some help from Guggenheim, they'll get it down the ice.
So I was talking earlier about the Swiss power play not having a lot of skill trying to make those seam passes. Well, when you have lots of skill like Tim Stutzla, you can make those plays.
There's a chance, Stutzla. Fortunately for him, he gets back up on his feet before he crashes into the backboards. Stutzla looking over at the referee. He thought there should have been another penalty. Here comes Canuck short-handed. Bugle save on the short side. And Albert has the loose puck. On for Schwieger. Lead pass, trying to bust through the middle there is Dubé. And cleared away from him and all the way down the ice. Dubé with a goal in this tournament, his first IIHF event. Dubé trying to corral that off the near side boards, can't. It slips its way out the center and then back for Zimmerman. Szymanski back for Zimmerman, leaves for Volek. Volek will carry it in. Bust is in serving the penalty. No shots on that power play. That is a huge penalty kill for Switzerland. Switzerland has now killed 9 of 12. In the tournament. Kananika got spilled trying to bust his way through. Schwieger sends it into the corner, goes in after it. Reinsnecker ties it up, gets it loose, lays it back at the line. Reinsnecker gets it back, shovels it back to the line for Blitzel, and a wrist shot, and Faton makes the save and will hang on to it. Tim Stutzla, a goal in the game and an assist in the game.
Well, Tim Stutzla, he's got an attack mentality, and that's the way he plays. And he goes down here, ends up staying on the play, but he limps off a little bit. Here's the goal again, and what a fantastic goal. And Fiedler plays it almost as well as a defenseman can play it, but, you know, the ability of Stutzla is just so dominant. But despite Fiedler's best efforts, it's not good enough to stop Stutzla.
Germany can return 13 from this 25-man roster. That would include Stutzla. I'm not sure I like their chances on that one. Back into his own zone. Verdu drops it back for Noah Meyer. Meyer with the long pass. Puss trying to bust his way in around Blitzel, could not. Blitzel chips it back against the traffic. Gnip is there. Nice little backhand chip pass by Gnip to get out of his own zone and back in for Volek. Volek. Szymanski lets it come back to the left point. Wrist shot got blocked off the stick of Flata. Or rather Zimmerman. Zimmerman giving chase. Cleared back to the near side. Backhanded to the short side by Munzenberger. Munzenberger in a pile in behind the net trying to fish it out. Up for Simon Canuck. Canuck's playing in Davos where he would have played with Joe Thornton. Thornton, of course, will now make his way back to Canada and start his career with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Canuck wasn't even born when Joe Thornton was playing his first year in the National Hockey League.
Probably thought, what's the big deal with this guy? Here comes Canuck. Stuffed out at center. Elias couldn't pick it up. Peterka couldn't either. Now Elias gets a second try, comes in, lets the shot go. Save made. Florian Elias, who has an assist in this game for his 7th point of this championship. Actually, he has 2 assists in this game, so give him 8. 3 goals and 5 assists.
Stutzla, Peterka, and Elias have been really, really good.
2 good guys to play with. Zoomer stuffs this back to the Switzerland line, delayed offside. Germany will clear the zone. Dubé goes in on the forecheck, chipped away from him up at center. Kananika leaves it for Alan Spock. Back for Kananika. Kananika, the wrist shot. And Bugle juggled it a little bit. Pushed to the far side, trying to control Kant. And it's back up at center. Germany changing, some room for Guggenheim. In for Fust. Fust puts on the brakes, back for Guggenheim. The shot, that goes wide. Delamont will corral it through traffic. Off the leg and wide. Switzerland with a little bit of pressure now. De Rungs tried to get it back to the front of the net, could not. Shots 8-6 favoring Switzerland, but they are down 2. Valentin Hofer gets pressure in the corner by Blitzel. Gets a little bit of help from De Rung. At the blue line for Meyer. Hofer has it in the corner. Tried to get it for Jobin. Jobin gets some help there from De Rungs. And now Gnip will take over. Slips it around the boards, but Jobin is first on it. Sharp angle. Forces Bugle to make the save. And now finally Alberg will chip it up at center. And gets it back into the Switzerland zone. Schwager with the bump. Back for Noel Meyer. Schlapfer chips it in, goes in after it. Hunsenberger gets hauled down, and a penalty coming to Bettini. Hunsenberger up and is okay. Garagano from the line touches it, and play will get whistled down. Stefano Bettini, who plays in Lugano, will go to the penalty box for that.
Switzer, number 20, minor penalty, tripping.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated, so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
For every trip you've been dreaming of, Expedia has millions of flexible booking options. Because the best trip is wherever we go together.
We're about to win an NBA championship. Back to Rock.
For every NBA moment, there's a flavor on DoorDash.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
2-0. Germany with the lead. And Germany to the power play for the second time in this game. Power play 6 for 15 for Germany, so it has been effective. Get it, cross ice for Stutzla. Stutzla watched by Canuck. Elias, back for Gnip. Near side Peterka, shot deflected by Alberg wide. Stutzla tracks it down. Stutzla trying to get away from Canuck, a pair of eights, and now a penalty is coming up. It is going to be a roughing call for the hit on Stutzla.
Switzerland penalty, 23, minor penalty, roughing.
Cedric Fiedler comes across. In that spot on the ice, he comes right through and drives him. Drives Tim Stützle, that is. That could have been boarding. That could have been a check from behind. He ends up with roughing, but Germany with a two-man advantage here for 121. This thing could be away from Switzerland really quick.
Two-man advantage. Sweden and Russia yet to come here at Edmonton. Albert, Peterka, Stützle, Gnip. Stützle off the pipe. Rebound for Elias, and he couldn't get it. Gnip. Alberg and back for Gnip. He's going to wire it again. This goes just off the skate of Veredu and wide. Stützle has it again. Gnip. Stützle. Blocker save. Rebound. Alberg plays it for Peterka. 5-on-3 for Germany. Stützle. Shot score! J.J. Peterka has his second. Stützle has his third point.
It's not fair. Just not fair. The level of skill with Stützle and then Peterka. I mean, Stützle pounds this one, and Fanton gets a piece of it with his glove before it goes off the iron. But then Stützle and Peterka go to work, and Peterka buries this. Fanton doesn't even have a chance to get over there. And keep in mind that Stützle, when he's up there, he can wing that puck right from there. So as a goaltender, you have to really maintain a commitment to the shot. Stützle gives him a little look and slides it over to Peterka. There's two for J.J. Peterka.
Another point for Elias. Give him 3 in the game.
Stützle's got 3. Germany's got 3 goals and looking good.
Stützle, Elias, and Peterka have scored 10 of the 12 goals that Germany has scored. So that's 83% of the offense. And yet, not to forget, the big goal by Mario Zimmerman that came on the power play in overtime in the win over Slovakia. Golic. Back at the line it comes. After it, Dubé trying to work it down low, stripped of the puck. Rocco Pizzula will hammer it around. It's still a power play for Switzerland. That goal came 5-on-3. So still a power play for Germany. And that top power play unit makes its way back out. Peterka, the Buffalo pick. Backdoor play looking for Stützle, and Stützle got
drew another
knifed
penalty
down, and there's another penalty. And Barragano has some words for Stützle.
Stützle's getting the penalty.
Stützle's getting
Germany
the call.
minor penalty slash.
He knocks the stick out of the hands.
Here's the crossbar off the glove of Fanton. Gets a piece of it, maybe enough, and then here's the goal. Stützle, look at that little fake. And as the goaltender, you got to be committed to the shot, because Stützle's looking at you and trying to figure out, you're going to give me a spot, cheat a little bit, and then he slides it over perfectly to Peterka.
So it wasn't the play at the side of the net that resulted in the penalty. It was the one that happened a split second earlier up in the high slot. And the slashing penalty to Stützle. Schwager will chase this back in. Fanton will play it away from him. 4-on-4 here. Probot in on the forecheck. Puck is out at center. Schwager's on it. And he'll play it back in where Fanton will block it behind his own net into the final 1 minute now here of the opening period of this one. Dennis Bayak, Craig Buttenauer, TSN team here in Edmonton for the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship.
If you watch Germany play now, and that opening day game, not the opening day game, the Boxing Day game versus Canada, may as well have been years ago. because it's certainly not representative of this German team. 5 defensemen and 9 forwards going to the game. Their #1 goaltender is not available.
The schedule worked out well for them as it turned out. With the easier games, if you want to look at them that way, the important games, let's put it that way. The important games for Germany came in the back half of the preliminary round.
There's Tim Stützle. We know he had a broken bone in his hand. It took him off the ice for a little while, but
Ottawa fans, don't panic.
yeah, he's been taped up the whole tournament on the hand. Just probably a lack of a little strength coming back from an injury like that, so just give it a little bit of support.
Delamont will send it around. Allen spot. DeRungs trying to work it off the backboards. Back for Allen spot. Brief power play now for Switzerland. Second man advantage they have had in this game. Chip to the far side boards. And the opening period will come to an end. And a good first period it was for Germany. JJ Peterka with a couple, Stützle with a beauty. 20 minutes done, 3-0, Germany.
The NBA on TSN continues Friday with a New Year's Day clash between the Heat and the Mavericks. Get your Luka Doncic fix here on TSN as the action gets underway at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. 3-0 the score here inside the Edmonton bubble. Laura and Ray back with you once again. And Ray, I asked you at the top before the game got underway how the Swiss were going to slow down Peterka and Stützle. I think it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah, whatever the plan was, that didn't work. I mean, we talked prior to the game, Laura, about the 2 best players in the game, in a game that means so much that they really can be the difference. And clearly in the first period, we saw all of it. I mean, Peterka and Stützle have 3 points each, and Elias, the centerman on that line, is part of this whole crew too. They have 10 of Germany's 12 goals in the tournament, including this beauty by Tim Stützle. But Peterka with a power play goal, Stützle with a power play goal. And when I look at the 2 teams, I mean, there was large periods of time where the Swiss had the puck in the offensive zone. They had possession, and then the quick strike and the skill of Germany just took it away. The 5-on-3 is a dangerous play as well, but when Stützle goes to the middle, you see everybody's scared of him. They go to react to take his shot lane away, and that leaves Peterka wide open. The Buffalo Sabres must be thrilled with JJ Peterka and how he's developed in a year. The Ottawa Senators, it goes without saying, are pumped about Tim Stützle.
Oh, yeah. And just a reminder, Switzerland has only scored 1 goal in this tournament. And that leads us into this question here. And going back to the Stützle goal, I mean, there is your highlight of the night if SportsCenter's looking for one. But did you like the goal? Did you think it counted?
My own interpretation of it was offside, and it shouldn't have counted. Now, Craig Button had a really good point in the game about you look at the play and whether there's control at the blue line or not. And you don't have to have the puck on your stick. But why I thought it was not a goal is he doesn't pick up the puck for about 25 feet after he pushes it right here. He's fine here. He's onside at this point. But you have to have and maintain possession and or control of the puck. But look where he picks it up next. How is that possession? It's almost a dump in by that point. But he shows his skill and strength to get to it, dive his shoulder underneath, and put it in the net. The other punitive part of that challenge, of course, is that the penalty results as a result of an incorrect challenge. That first period couldn't have gone worse for the Swiss. And you mentioned they've scored 1 goal.
Yeah.
They got to get 4. I mean, they have to win in regulation for it even to matter. And so they're in a huge, huge hole here.
It's been a tough tournament all around for the Swiss, especially considering that they've been on a pretty good hot streak at this tournament, finishing 4th 2 years ago and then 5th a year ago. Well, we've been talking a lot about JJ Peterka for very good reason. Here he is with Ryan Rashog.
Well, JJ, so far in the tournament, you had been averaging 25 minutes and 45 seconds of ice time per game. How nice is it to have extra bodies on the bench and be able to spread it out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty good. Now we got 4 lines, and we're super happy to have our guys back. So, super happy for it, and I think that's good for us. Yeah.
Lots of offense from your team in that first period. Couple of goals from you. We'll let you take a look at them and maybe just talk about what you were seeing in these plays. And I imagine shooting the puck as often as possible is something you want to do.
Yeah, I guess on the first one we just had their rebound and no one really knew where the puck was, and just tried to get it on net and saw the goalie wasn't in the net. So yeah, it was a kind of lucky bounce in there that the goalie wasn't in there. But yeah, I'm happy for the goal.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Thank you.
Well, sticking with Group A, tomorrow on New Year's Eve, Canada and Germany will face, or excuse me, Canada and Finland will face off for top spot in the group. We'll look ahead to that game right after this. New Year's Eve, Canada, Finland, top spot in Group A. What else do you need to know? Thursday, that all gets underway, 5:30 Eastern with the pregame show. Bobby Mack, James Duthie will be here inside the bubble for that. Quinton Byfield coming out party against the Swiss yesterday. 6 points for him in the game. And here he is with Mark Masters.
Quinton, a heck of a performance by you last night. How are you feeling coming into that game? Like walking into the building, what were you feeling last night?
Yeah, I think I kind of took it like every other game, and I knew I was playing, the way that the coaches wanted me to play, and just kind of using my body, playing the structure, doing the right things, and I think I just got the bounces, and my line was really just started connecting yesterday.
All right, so you're feeling good. You're building your big night. Let's go to your goal here.
Yeah, I think it was a good keep-in by Quinner originally there. Then, kind of just moved the puck around up top, and I think it was a real good shot by Dries. He noticed that I was kind of alone in front of the net and not too many guys around me, and he just put a perfect shot there, and I was lucky enough to get my stick on it.
Your first World Juniors goal, it was kind of not an over-the-top celebration. I know you guys had the game well in hand, but what were you thinking in that moment? Because obviously a big one.
Yeah, I think I was a little shocked almost. Haven't scored in a while, so I think that was my first goal since like February. So I was still super excited, but you gotta respect your opponent and respect the score. So just kind of keep it as humble as I could there.
What was the buzz on the bench after your goal?
Yeah, I think the boys are pretty excited for me, and I love the support there. And I think always when me and Connor and Michael score, we always give a smile to each other. And I think he said something there about the monkey, and I just kind of threw it off the back finally.
What do you think you're going to remember most about last night?
I'm not too sure. Probably just my first goal there, the tip. But it was just an all-around special night, and getting to share that with my teammates and a lot of close buddies on that team was definitely something special I'll remember.
Next up for Canada, of course, Finland, who has put together 3 complete games so far at the World Juniors. It's a physical team, very talented. They like to crash the net. Is there somebody on Canada that could really take advantage of this matchup?
I don't think we've seen the best of Alex Newhook yet. Newhook's a terrific player. He plays with great pace. He'll get in on the forecheck. He uses his body, but he's a really skilled player as well. I just don't think that he's been able to catch his stride yet. The lines have moved around a little bit, and in a game like tomorrow, which will have some grind to it, look at Newhook to be a key competitor for Canada. Anton Lundell is the Finns' best player. He's had a terrific tournament. He's a problem. You've got to get into his face. You've got to try and take away his space. He's a very near NHL-ready player, and he'll be a big challenge for Canada's defense. In particular, I suspect we'll see Harley and Byram at various times against him tomorrow.
He has scored, Lundell, that is, in all 3 games so far at these World Juniors. Missed out last year because of injury, but making a statement here in this one. As are the Germans. What a first period for them.
Welcome back to Edmonton. Germany got off to the start that it wanted. John Peterka at 4:38. Tim Stützle, 9:08. Peterka again at 17:16. The line of Peterka, Stützle, and Eliash doing all the damage for Germany in that opening period, despite the fact they were outshot 9-7. Tim Stützle, the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a brilliant talent, but when you watch him play, the initiative he has, the speed that he plays with, I mean, he takes his puck, he's at full flight, he fights off the check, and then he's got the magnificent hands to finish. And then he finds his offensive office Letang off the post, first off the glove of Fanton. Shoots it again, just misses the wide side. He's going to keep trying. He's not going to hesitate. But now this is why Fanton has to commit. He just slides it right over. He can beat you so many ways. He can beat you with the shot, the speed, the mind, the puck skills. I mean, he's such an exciting player. The NHL is a competition, but it's also entertainment. And he brings both of those in spades and big bunches to the game.
22 seconds left in the minor penalty to Tim Stützle, captain of this German team. And the second period gets going. Switzerland has to win in regulation to advance to the quarterfinals. Offside called at the line, and when you have scored 1 goal so far in the tournament and you're down 3, it is a steep hill. Tobias Abstreiter, the coach of this German team, trying to qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time. Elias throws it cross ice for Stützle out of the penalty box. Back for Glutzel. On for Peterka. Peterka gets pressured by Salzgeber. Send around, and Stützle will send it to the line. Kept in there by Ronnie Dollar. Dollar swings it back to the left point. Shot floats wide of the short side from Meyer. Canuck is on it. Two Simons logged the ice time in that opening period. Simon Canuck played 8 minutes and 14 seconds. Peterka and Stützle 2-on-1. Cross ice pass, and it just tipped off the defender's stick as Fiedler laid out to tip it away. Kananika circles back in. To the front of the net it comes, off the leg. So Canuck was 8-14 for Switzerland, and Simon Gnip was 8-44 for Germany. Scramble to the front of the net. Stützle carries up at center. Kananika's on him, and Kananika and Stützle get all tied up, and Kananika's going to go to the box.
Switzerland, number 14, minor penalty, hooking.
He's trying to stay with Tim Stützle and the speed and the power. Just a tough man to stay with. And Stützle gives him a little bit of a backswing. But here's the 2-on-1 with Peterka. Stützle and Cedric Fiedler just gets enough of it on his stick. Off his stick, rather.
Different team for Switzerland this year than last year. Last year they had 10 returnees. This year down to 5, but next year again they can return 13 from this roster. Switzerland can. Again, no relegation this year. So all these teams will be back. Short-handed Canuck. Drops it off. Weisnecker back for Germany. And the pass ends up back at the blue line. Fiedler will play it in deep. Germany 1 for 3 with just 1 power play shot. But the power play now has 7 power play goals in the tournament. That is number 1. And when you consider the firepower that Russia, Canada, US, even Sweden have, for Germany to be leading the power play goal total is impressive. Gnip drops it back. Albert on for Stützle. Stützle carries in. Stützle plays it off the backboards. Intercepted by Pizzullo. And Rocco Pizzullo will play it back down the ice.
Yeah, nice play by Pizzullo there to read the play and intercept the pass.
Turned over at the line, and this will get cleared all the way down the ice. Stützle for a Florian Elias. Elias trying to worked his way in, gets some help now from Albert for Peterka, got away from him. Ronnie Dollar put it up the boards, almost a odd man break, but now Schlaffer will head to the bench, close to offside, but they allow play to continue. 9 seconds of the German power play. Stutzler trying to send this ahead for Elias. Right back in though. Another odd man try and a good defensive play by Gnip. Came to the side of the net. Puck is still loose. Germany getting a little careless with the puck inside its own zone. Joban going after it. Centered. Power play over. Fiedler takes it from Meyer. Fiedler's shot. And that went off a body in front. It didn't miss by much. Bugle didn't see it. All the traffic in front of the net. Puck is still loose. Meyer tees it up. Bugle makes the save and the rebound cleared. And now a break. Oh, Stutzler didn't see it. Nice little redirect by Elias. But Stutzler looked the wrong way. Couldn't pick it up in time. And now Meyer. Right back in for Switzerland. Wrist shot blocked away by Bugle. Delamont off the bench to play it back in behind the German net. And taken by Maximilian Zuber in his first game. With some help. Schumacher gets to the line, tried to backhand it deep. Almost fanned on it. Zuber trying to tie his man up, does. Puck is loose in behind the net. Shot back to the blue line, but it gets past Delamont. And Faton will come out and stop it behind his own net. Talked about some of the changes for the Swiss team with a lot of the returnees not back. They had Nico Gross, who has been in 4 World Juniors, Tim Burney 3, Valentin Nussbaumer 3.
Well, there was some activity around the German net, and the puck goes off of a player, off of another player, just wide of the net. At the same time, Bugle doesn't have his stick, so he's trying to get comfortable with it. You can see the fan, the Swiss fan, holding his head.
Yeah, that about explains it right there.
Can't believe that, oh, what are we going to have to do to score a goal?
Yeah. The old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and that was pretty much it.
It just seems that offensively, nothing seems to go the way of Switzerland. They had an odd man rush and the puck ended up in the corner.
You need some confidence offensively.
And how do you have it? Because there's been no reason to gain confidence to this point in the tournament because they just...
But lots good has happened to Swiss hockey. Nico Hischier becoming the first Swiss player to go #1 overall in the NHL draft. Nino Niederreiter had been #5 before that. That was the highest. David Abisher, Stanley Cup champion. Mark Strike became the first Swiss player to become captain of an NHL team with the New York Islanders. Roman Josi, the Norris Trophy winner. Chanton trying to clear for Switzerland.
And it was at this tournament, Montreal and Toronto in 2017, where Nico Hischier showed everybody on the planet that he was a top-notch player. Ended up being the first overall pick in that draft.
Bolek carries in. Bolek to the short side. That got blocked. Switzerland trying to find some offense.
So when people say, let's not have 10 teams or let's reduce the number of teams, just remember, you get yourself robbed of Nico Hischier. Is that what you want? I don't think so. It's not what I want.
We all remember the little things that happened in World Juniors. Denmark's first win in Toronto. And we talked about Kazakhstan in Victoria, that experience. Germany up 3-0 here, and it looks as though they will qualify for the quarterfinals for the first time.
And finish in 3rd place.
Correct.
I mean, here's Tim Stutzler. Ask him if he's excited about being here in Edmonton, participating in the World Junior Tournament. You'll get an unequivocal yes.
We'll get another face-off. We'll be right back. It's 3-0 Germany. Lots of reason for our German fans to stay up late in Germany. Germany with a 3-0 lead. Remember the World Championship in Cologne? What a terrific time that was. And there's Tobias Abstreiter. Right now, this game can't go fast enough for him. Marchand getting chase. Marchand puts on the brakes. Schlachter waits for it. Fiedler from the line. Shot, rebound in front of the net. Oh, what a chance. Stefano Bettini with a deflection. Save made. Stefano Bettini with a couple of chances, and now tempers flare in front of the German net.
Qualifying for the 2020 Olympic wrestling tournament was taking place in front of the net. There's the play. What a play by Bugle there with the right arm. Quick to react, moves kind of. Again, there's a perfect example, Switzerland. The puck's right there, the net's wide open, it doesn't sit there for Bettini. And then Bugle's able to get over there and just over the stick. They've had really none of those going to their advantage.
So we'll have some offsetting penalties.
Switzerland penalty 20, minor penalty for slashing. Switzerland penalty number 10, minor penalty roughing. Germany minor penalty number 19, roughing.
So Switzerland will get the extra minor.
And they're still calling the 2021 Olympics in Japan, in Tokyo. Even though it's going to be in 2021, they're still calling it the 2020 Olympics. So they're not changing the branding because, you know, all the money that was spent on the branding for 2020 to go and redo it. So despite the fact that it's going to take place in 2021, they're still calling it the 2020 Olympics.
So Germany back to the power play. Gnip for Peterko, back for Gnip. Peterko has 2 in the game. Pass for Alberg was beyond his reach. Fiedler's on it. Stützle trying to hold it in against Canuck. Canuck. Cleared back up at center. Peterka carries it back in. 12:38 left to go, second period. Roy Dyke and Ray Ferraro with you at the end of the period. Here comes Stützle to the short side. Fiedler got a stick on that. Grabbed off by Peterka for Alberg. Alberg trying to walk it in. Gets a backhander through. Faton makes the save. Rebound cleared. Peterka, good job to hold it in. Alberg sends it down for Eliash. Eliash leaves for Gnip, in for Stützle. Stützle takes it wide, goes short side, rebound for Alberg, and a bouncing puck gets away at the line from Simon Gnip. Play whistle down. We have a helmet issue, a wardrobe malfunction for Faton.
That came off, I believe it came off of the play by Stützle as he came in to the net and tried to go on the short side up on him. He swings around Fiedler. And then right here as he tries to get it up on the short side, right up off the mask of Fat Tom. And that's why the play was whistled down. We saw the terrific shot by Santeri Hatakka in an earlier game for Finland versus Slovakia, where he beat Samuel Halavai in a similar spot on the ice.
So Stützle probably looking for that corner, or maybe just wanted to give a little chin music for Faton, but Schweger trying to barge his way through, does. Stripped to the puck in the corner, Bullock leaves it. Szymanski. Plays give and go on that far side with Reinsnecker. Zimmerman. Schweger to the front of the net. Save made by Faton. Polak is on it. Reinsnecker lets the wrist shot go. Save made. Power play about to expire. Put pressure here by Germany. Backdoor play, and Schwager couldn't get it. 3 shots on the man advantage for Germany. Schlapfer on the loose puck. Tries to muscle it out, can't. And back for Rocco Pizzullo. Long lead pass deflected in by Gaetan Jobin. Jobin plays in the Quebec Junior League with Charlottetown. And it's bounced back out at center. A misfire there by Giancarlo Chanton. Gets it again. Chanton has been in North America with Niagara, the OHL. Shoveled back at the line. Shot, rebound, and that just inches its way past the open side on the redirect.
Another example, though, where the puck just goes beyond the stick of the Swiss player.
Bergano with the shot deflected wide. Chance for Allenstock on the one-timer and a bit of a misfire. Switzerland out-shooting Germany 15-11. And Stützle will just flip this, and does this go out? I believe it does, and that'll be a penalty for Stützle, so it'll be a power play for Switzerland. Germany with the 3-0 lead.
Minor penalty, deal of the game.
Power play next.
Well, Tim Stützle is just trying to relieve the pressure, but out of play it goes. Puck over glass. There was a song by Lester McLean. Made the TSN Billboard #1. #1 hit for weeks. Puck over glass, if you want to look it up and listen to it. The magnificent musician, Lester McLean. TSN.ca, puck over glass.
A nervous-looking Tobias Abstreiter. He knows his team has a 3-0 lead, but I'm not sure totally happy with what he's seen from his team here in the second period.
Coaches, they can never be happy, Dennis. They're up 3-0. They started the tournament with 14 players.
Yeah.
If they win, they're in 3rd place, and you're telling me they're not happy.
Here's the thing with coaches. Well, we'll get back to that in a second. Bergano plays that down into the corner. When they win, they worry about the next game already. And when they lose, they worry about the game they just lost.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing.
Just shows you how cold it is in this building.
Talking back about, there you go, back. Talk about the coaches.
Yeah, he does. He looks very nervous. He knows what's at stake here. They have a chance to go to the quarterfinals. And if they win, not as the 4th team, they go in as the 3rd place team. Bergano up the line. Bergano plays it back for Meyer. Meyer with the shot. That's off the outside of the post. Or the net, and down the ice it goes. 3rd power play of the game. For Switzerland. Pass up the middle is off a stick. Elias on the steal. Wires it. Save, rebound. Loose puck in front. And a penalty coming up. Schwager had a whack at it and couldn't get it to go after a big save by Fanton off of Florian Elias.
What a save by Thibaut Fanton.
Switzerland 19, minor penalty, cross-check.
Giveaway, and Elias jumps all over it. Very decisive when he gets in there. He's going to shoot it, and that right pad come right out there. It's amazing. You have Elias here as one of the tournament's leading scorers. That would have put him on top of the leaderboard, I think, with 10 points. If he puts that one in, we're tied with Trevor Zegras.
Back at the line. Wurzel plays it back deep into the Switzerland zone. 36 seconds. And a penalty on that play. So we'll get some 4-on-4 here. There's DeRungs. He's gone to the box. Wurzel back in his own zone for Gannett. Simon Canuck trying to find some skating room there against Peterka. Steered away by Bugle. Shanton back for Canuck. Wrist shot. Bugle to save. And he'll hang on to it.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
So Florian Bugle returned to the lineup in that overtime win versus Slovakia. And you watch him in the net. He gives the team the confidence to know that he's going to do his part. Clearly their #1 goaltender, and certainly if you want to beat the teams you need to beat to move into a better position and into the quarterfinal, you need that goaltending, and Bugle certainly provides it, has demonstrated that through 1.5 games.
Plays for Red Bull Academy in Salzburg. 2.07 goals against average and .926 save percentage. Florian Elias drops it back. Power play now. For Germany, 4 power play shots, 1 for 5 with the man advantage. Stützle being watched there by Ronnie Dollar. Cross ice, the shot that got blocked. And this will get cleared all the way down the ice. Good block there by the veteran Guggenheim. Stützle winds it up with 12 seconds. On for Peterka, back for Stützle. Stützle walks it into the slot, scores! The patience of Tim Stützle. A power play marker, and it is 4-0.
Exploit, exploit, exploit. That's the mindset of Tim Stützle. And Peterka makes a really nice play as they enter the zone. Just a little back pass off the boards, and then Stützle, he recognizes it. He's got all kinds of time, space, and he buries it, makes no mistake about it. And unbelievable, the skill level that he shows, the passion, the excitement. He's got it all.
So 5 goals for him now in the tournament. That ties him with Zegras for the goal-scoring lead. We'll see whether or not they give Elias a point on that or not.
I think we need some pictures of Coach Outstrider to see if he's still nervous for us.
That one might be enough. It was to the point where Florian Faton, who made a terrific save off Elias moments ago, realized he couldn't give up another one, but he can only do so much, and there's Stützle.
Well, earlier, Stützle had come off the short side. There's Tobias Outstrider.
I think he's a little calmer.
And listen, you know, the circumstances under which they have to start this tournament. Keep in mind, too, they started the tournament without the benefit of even practice time, very much of it. They had it right before their first game, but they didn't have the benefit.
Schwieger for Zimmerman, and the wrister save made. Faton will hang on.
Nice save by Faton. But they didn't have a benefit of practice, or very limited practice. But Stützle just kind of glides, moves over, knows, and then while he's in motion, he sees an opening and then he shoots it. Some other players, lesser skilled players, might go another 3 feet, and that's enough for the goaltender to stop it. Stützle can be decisive on the move and make plays on the move. It's a requirement to be successful at the NHL level. He meets those requirements. But yeah, just back to the bias abstract, like, you know, you don't even have a chance. You don't play. You have very limited practice time, and then you start against Finland and Canada, right? So, I mean, he's got to have a real feeling of pride with the way his team competed and played hard despite, you know, being overwhelmed.
Stefano Bettini sends it in, turned away by Bugle. Delamont from the line, left path save made by Bugle. Stolen there by Bettini, centers, and a good back check by Albert. He'll chip it off the boards and send Rocco Pizzulo back. Russia and Sweden, the third game here. Chipped in front of the net, Bugle down, makes the save. Great chance for Fust, right to the front of the net, batted away. Switzerland has had some chances. Just don't have the finishers. Peterka, Eliash, and another save by Faton, point-blank range. And now Stützle in front of the net with Pallier. Tim Stützle, what a night it has been for him. Afternoon turn tonight, 4-0 Germany. Time now for Gear Up, Skip the Dishes, and the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Jamie Brannigan. Our whole crew is in there. The hard-working guys that behind the scenes put so much in, and there he is, the birthday boy.
There's Jamie. Come on, give us a thumbs up.
Happy 59.
It's amazing. I talked about the fastest hands in the truck. Those guys, Jamie, and all the people that work on it, bring you those fantastic replays. You should get in there and watch how quick their hands move to be able to tee up all the different looks we get with the replays. We see the talent on the ice, the talent behind the scenes here with all the people involved with the production. Phenomenal.
And for us, we'll do these two games.
Germany 17, minor penalty
tonight. For a lot of them, the 3 games a day, they are there for all 3. And the effort that the crew here puts in is remarkable. We thank you.
And I know, here's the penalty. It's a little trip there as Eliash gets caught in between.
Skip the Dishes, by the way, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada. This will get sent all the way down the ice. Pizzulo is back for it. 4th power play of the game for Switzerland. Taken up the boards and cleared back at the line. Cross ice for Alan Spock. Plays it to the goal line. Pizzulo dishes off, and there's a shot off a stick as came from a sharp angle through some traffic from Delamont. Delamont, some time in the queue with Acadie Bathurst. 64 games played, 13 points, back home in Switzerland this season. Barragano. Noah Meyer at the line. Near side, Canuck. Canuck, the wrist shot. Looking for a high tip there from Schlapfer. And off the corner boards and back out to center ice. And Canuck will wind it up. Barragano waits for it. He'll get that back from Kananika. Barragano for Canuck. Canuck back for Barragano. At the line, Meyer. Canuck, sharp angle, bugle down, rebound! And that got stuffed wide. And then slapped down the ice. Meyer back for it, he'll leave it. Mazzulo, the long left wing pass, stopped at center ice. Good play by Albert. Albert gets lots of ice time. Play special teams, and offside is called. NBA on TSN continues on Friday with a New Year's Eve or a New Year's Day clash between the Heat and the Mavericks. Action gets underway at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN. New Year's Day will be an off day here tomorrow to conclude the preliminary round. Czech Republic and Austria. Lots riding on that game. Canada, Finland. First place in the A pool riding on that game. And then Sweden, USA. And first place in the B pool may very well be riding on that game. In fact, will be. Comes to the front of the net, poked away and grabbed off by Elias. Peterka back for Elias. Elias busting his way through, and Faton came out and poked it away. Delayed offside, and now play whistle down.
Marco Baird. Yeah, when you've scored one goal to this point of the tournament, you're trying to keep the spirits of your group up. It's not an easy task for a head coach. And, you know, watching him behind the bench, his demeanor has been really, really solid and consistent. You know, none of this, you don't see any frustration from him, not any outward frustration. Portman has been very good.
Left pad save, rebound, and that got rifled wide by Marchand. Again, a terrific scoring chance. Switzerland now with 22 shots, and they have had some very good looks.
They sure have.
Just unable to find the back of the net. Patino. Stripped with a puck, chopped away by Schwieger. After it goes Polak, but Delamont is there to take over. Plays it on for Elvis Schlapfer. He'll play it in behind the net. Send around to the near side at the line. Delamont plays it. Blitzo goes after it, cleared away. Back to the blue line for Delamont. Into the slot for Tananika. Tananika trying to chase it down into the final minute now of the second period. And Fuss brings it in against Schwieger, and offside is called.
Well, the Swiss trying to score, trying to find a way to score, and as they come close, the young boy in the black in the Swiss hat in the lower corner, he's still got the anticipation going. Hasn't been able to celebrate a goal yet in this game, but oh so close they've come a few times, Dennis.
Back forward is Meyer, the left wing pass for Salzgeber. Salzgeber gets rubbed out by Munzenberger in the corner. Ronnie Dollar is there, and Salzgeber a little slow to get up. One of the returning players from last year's team. And he gets a rough ride from Big Munzenberger. And is Munzenberger going to get penalized? No.
Yeah, you talk about Big Munzenberger. Well, he comes across, catches Salzberger in the head. Keep in mind, even though there's not a penalty called on that play, the IIHF officiating director, they can review anything that they feel may warrant further discipline.
Not sure there was any intent there, but they will look at it. Johnstone center.
Go ahead, end the period.
Peterka long shot, another save by Faton, and that'll bring the period to an end. So a good start, 3 in the first. They've added 1 more here in the second period. It has been a big night for the line of Peterka, Stützle, and Elias. Some chances for Switzerland, unable to find the back of the net. 40 minutes done, 4-0 Germany.
The college football playoff semifinals are coming your way on New Year's Day, welcoming in 2021 as number 4 Notre Dame takes on number 1 ranked Alabama, followed by a clash between number 3 Ohio State and number 2 Clemson. Our coverage begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on TSN. 2 periods down, 1 more to go between Switzerland and Germany. Laura and Ray back with you once again. And well, we haven't really talked about the Sens' 3rd-round draft pick very much here today. I don't know how good a game he's having, but anything sticking out to you? I mean, maybe he should get his legs moving.
If you haven't heard of Tim Stützle yet, we're going to tell you about him again, because I'd like to talk about a whole bunch of other things, except it keeps leading back to how brilliant Stützle's been in this tournament. So already, Stützle and the German power play has scored 7 goals in the tournament. Well, here's number 8, and it's Stützle again. He rushes up the ice, finds John Jason Peterka, and Peterka dumps it off the boards. The funny part here, and in the quiet rink, you can hear the defenseman yelling for the puck coming in. And Stützle just kind of hangs onto it, walks across the slot, and puts it in the net. They've scored 13 goals in the tournament. That line's got 11 of them. 5 goals for Stützle. There's just nothing he can't seem to do right now. And the Germans are going to walk their way into 3rd place in Group A.
Yeah, and make their first quarterfinal appearance since the format change. And who would have thought Germany has become must-see TV here at these World Juniors. And this is their line, the Stützle, Peterka, Elias line. And they all have 9 points so far, so that puts him in a tie for second with Dylan Cousins. So we've got those guys and Dylan Cousins in the same sentence. On the flip side of things, when it comes to Switzerland, we were kind of curious to see what this team would do right out of the gate, considering what happened to them last night, a 10-0 loss to Canada. Yeah. For a second straight period, they've actually outshot the Germans, but I think Germany finally getting some stability in net.
Well, the Swiss have played hard, I think, through the tournament. And what we found is they just don't have the skill to score a lot. Florian Bugel comes back for his second straight appearance for the Germans. He wasn't eligible or wasn't able to play earlier in the tournament. You're right, Laura. It doesn't have to be great. It's got to be stable. It's got to be a position you have confidence in. And Bugel has been able to do that. The Swiss here for the last couple of years have had a really good team. A lot of their top players have aged out of this tournament. They're young, they're inexperienced. They don't have a lot of goal-scoring ability, and we've seen through the tournament they've got 2 goals, and you're clearly just not going to win like that. But Germany's kind of hit their mark, and they're going to go into the next round in good shape.
Well, let's hear from the captain of the Swiss team. Here is Simon Kanak.
Well, Simone, so far through the game, you're out shooting the Germans. Are you happy with the chances that you're getting, and why haven't you been able to break through yet?
I think they're not dangerous chances. We need to go more in front of the net, go there, the dirty space to dig in and get some goals. The whole tournament, we had problems with scoring goals. Hopefully in the last period, we make the first one here, and then I think we can keep going.
Everybody knows what's on the line in this game. As the captain of the team, what will your message be to the group before this 3rd and final period of the day?
Just give everything in the offensive zone. Now we need to speculate in the offensive zone. We need to do something special that we get the chances in front of the net. And I think when we score the first goal in the start at the 3rd period, we have a good chance to come back in this game.
Thanks so much for your time. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
One more game on the day 6 schedule, and it's a good one. Sweden putting its 54-game preliminary round win streak on the line against Russia. We'll break down the numbers next. Earlier today in Group A was Finland facing off against Slovakia, and here in the first period, the Slovaks turn it over, and here comes the captain. Tic-tac-toe, Anton Lundell has now scored in all 3 games. In the second, it's a third-round pick by Toronto, Topi Niemela, wristing home his second to double Finland's lead. It's now 3-zip in the third. Santeri Hatakka, what a shot. Look at this angle. Finland takes it 6-0 to remain perfect at 3-0 for the tournament. From Finland and Slovakia to Group B and Sweden, December 31st, 2006. That was the last time Sweden suffered a loss in the preliminary round at these World Juniors. Unfortunately for them, that success in the preliminary round hasn't translated into gold medals. Just one to show for it over that span. It is a very impressive streak, one we likely won't see again. So let's break it all down.
Backlund in, shoots, in front, they score! Tobias Forsberg with 7 seconds left. There's a shot, scores! Patrick Nimitz wins it for Sweden.
Back in for Boquist, cross ice, takes the return, scores!
54 straight preliminary round wins, more than double the second longest winning streak. 22 games set by Canada. Now, during that time, Sweden has outscored its opposition by 187 goals. The Swedes have won 32 games by 3 goals or more, while winning 13 by just 1 goal. 47 of those wins came in regulation time, while 7 required a little bit more. Among the close calls, a 6-5 shootout win over Canada in 2011.
In comes Lander on wall, backhand score!
That's one of 4 shootout victories to go along with 3 overtime wins. The latest? Well, that was just last year against Finland.
Holtz walks it in, score!
And that was also one of 3 games that Sweden never led for even a second during regulation time, but managed to pull off the victory anyway. Conversely, Sweden has had 40 such games in which its opponent never led for even 1 second. Despite the gaudy numbers they put up during this incredible run, there's only 1 goal for this team: to win a gold medal. Something the Swedes haven't done since 2012, which just happens to be the last time Alberta hosted the World Juniors. And here's how it all shakes down, the 54-game winning streak. The Swedes have beaten the Russians 7 times during the streak, looking to make it 8 tonight. On top of all of this, if Russia wins in regulation this evening, they will win Group B. The streak would continue for Sweden with a win, but they won't decide the group until tomorrow's game against the U.S. So nothing really figured out when it comes to Group B. What we do know is we have the game for you tonight, Russia and Sweden, right here on TSN. Ray Ferraro, Gordon Miller will have the call of that one. Well, the third period is right around the corner, and Germany well on its way to a berth in the quarterfinals.
One of Switzerland's best periods of this tournament, and yet the only goal of that period came off the stick of Tim Stützle from John Peterka, power play marker at 13-19. Germany leads this tournament in power play goals. There's your shots, 22-17 in favor of Switzerland. We've talked a lot about Tim Stützle, but every good centerman needs a good wingman.
Well, I can only say this, J.J. Peterka is a terrific player as well, and he's demonstrated in this tournament. I mean, you see the first goal, he recognizes the opportunity. That's the first thing, and then he's got the quickness both in his feet and his hands to take advantage. And then a really good play. He starts to play off the wall that leads to this spectacular Stützle goal. And everybody talks about second assist. That's a brilliant play. And then he carries this one off the perfect setup from Stützle. And then the little bank pass that leads to Stützle's second goal. J.J. Peterka has been fantastic. And think about the assist he made on the winning goal versus Slovakia. I mean, he made a fantastic fake to hold the goaltender before giving it to Zimmerman. And, you know, the draft pick of the Buffalo Sabres he's a very, very good player.
So 20 minutes in this one for Germany to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time. In 12 previous tries, they have gone to relegation. in this main group and trying to end that drought and accomplish something that would be very special when you consider everything that they have gone through to get here, everything they have gone through since they have been here. Elias, 3 assists in the game, tried to get that cross ice. On it is Peterka, comes back into the high slot, bouncing puck. Reisnecker took a swing at it and missed. Back in for Peterka, cross for Stützle. Stützle gets an elbow or a high stick, and there's a penalty coming to Switzerland.
Yeah, Fiedler. Let's not forget that Cedric Fiedler was the guy that Tim Stützle beat on that spectacular goal in the first period. They've had a couple little physical battles, but there's a stick catching Stützle.
This is the second penalty that Fiedler has taken on Stützle. Fiedler plays at Western Michigan after a couple of years in Fargo of the USHL. 6'3", 205, 19 years of age, and he'll sit for 2 or less. 7th power play of the game. For Germany, they have a couple of power play goals. Stützle with some room. Stützle takes it wide. Stützle chips it on. Albert back for Stützle. Up top it goes. Knipp wires it. That got blocked. Simon Knipp, 19 and a half minutes of ice time through 2 periods. Peterka plays it cross ice. Stützle spins it back to Knipp. Knipp will wire it from the line, and a glove save by Faton.
Gaetan Jobin gets out for the shot block. Knipp getting ready to load it up, but just off the shin pad of the left leg of Jobin.
Peterka's on it quickly. Leaves for Albert. Albert back for Peterka. Knipp. Stützle. Stützle wires it. Save made by Faton. Rebound cleared. Knipp will play it all the way back down for Albert. Bellamont closes in on him quickly. Elias digs it out. Stützle finds Peterka. Peterka, a wrist shot. That got stopped. Elias on it again. Knipp. Stützle. Circles to get away from Marchand, tried to come cross ice for Peterka, and that got intercepted. Good play there by Valentin Hofer. Good play down the ice. Lionel Marchand will give chase, and now Albert gets tied up there with Peterka. Both appear to be all right. To the line and in. Meyer gets it down. And Canuck with the sharp angle try. Szymanski chips it through. Reisnecker trying to get a stick on it. Can't. Spinning, firing, save made. Rebound. Reisnecker gets a whack at it. Szymanski there. And Faton will jump on it and hang on to it. 2 shots on that power play for Germany.
Well, this has been the story of the offense for Switzerland. Canuck gets into a pretty good spot, but the puck just isn't sitting flat. Now he's going to try to make a shot, but time and time again, you've seen Switzerland in some really nice spots with opportunities, good opportunities, but just hasn't gone their way.
Good save by Faton as he snares that. Canonica wins the face-off for Switzerland. Allen Spot gets it out at center. Cleared right back in by Schwieger. Chanton, his pass partially stopped, now cleared up through center. Race for it. Allen Spot, sharp angle. Sailed it over top the net. Fust, and a penalty coming up as Fust gets dumped. And Switzerland will go to the power play.
Germany, number 13, minor penalty, tripping.
So Fust will make his way back to the Switzerland bench as Schwieger will go to the penalty box. First IIHF event for Schwieger. There's the trip on Fust. Fust went to high school in Lake Placid, was slated to play in Chilliwack. Of course, all that has been put on hold. Simon Canuck plays it into the corner. Schlapper gets pinned to the corner boards. And seconds tick off as they battle for a puck in the corner. Kananika plays it back for Schlapper. He'll send it back to the blue line for Canuck. Up top, Meyer. Down for Garagano. Shot blocked. Gutzel trying to clear it. Kept in by Canuck. Canuck back for Meyer. Meyer for Barragano. Naki Barragano cross ice. And the one-timer from Simon Canuck. And Bugle may have got a piece of that with his blocker. Back in for Meyer. And Bugle gets all of that with his glove. And hangs on to it.
Well, the power play with Switzerland. Shooting the puck, you know, trying to make more plays directed towards the net with the puck. They've missed the net a few times, but that forced Bugle into some really difficult saves that he's risen to the task and kept them off the scoreboard.
Garagano sends it back for Rocco Pizzullo. Pizzullo being chased there by Volek. Garagano will play it all the way back into his own zone. Pizzullo gets away from Florian Elias. Wrist shot, glove save, and another stoppage.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Revs your heart.
Sweden, Russia, yet to come. Sweden at 2-0, Russia 2-1. And then another triple header tomorrow to wrap it up. And again, with lots on the line. Starting with the Czech Republic and Austria. Austria, despite the fact being 0-3, with a chance to still get in. Short-handed chance by Peterka. And that's turned away. They would need a regulation win. And then Canada goes to work against Finland with top spot in the A pool on the line. Both Finland and Canada sitting at 3-0. 2 shots on that last power play. And Germany trying to finish this one off. In regulation, it would give them 5 points, and they would jump into 3rd spot in the A pool ahead of Slovakia. And what an accomplishment, what a story that will be. Stutzla, tight turns, finds some room, and circles back again. Schwieger sends it cross ice. There's the long lead pass. Bolak going in. Save made by Faton. Szymanski digs it free back for Bolak. Bobble away from him and grabbed off by Marchand. He tried to dump it in. Rattles that into the shin pads of Munzenberger. And Bolak is on it again. Have a train wreck in behind the plate. Schwieger, they're all tied up there with Marchand. Both went to the ice. Shot around the boards. And Germany clearing back out at center. Schwieger will chase this down. And this is going to be an icing call.
J.J. Peterka going for the hat trick, and Fanton, it's that left pad. There's the German bench, and they know. Watching closely. Oh, how can the fan with the goalie mask be disappointed by the save? Doesn't he have to root for the goaltender?
Should.
It's a contradiction, isn't it, Dennis?
This gets flipped up. Big hit in the corner on Albert.
As we know, the goaltenders have that special bond that...
Yes. Stick together. This gets played back at the line. Shanton goes cross ice. Long wrister from the line. That sails over top the net. Grabbed off by Alberg, and he'll play it back out at center. Barragano chased back into his own zone. Allen Spock back for Barragano. Shanton takes the pass, drops it back. Allen Spock right in front of the net, and Fust had it go off the heel of his stick. Fust for Allen Spock. Blocked at the side of the net and cleared. And taken by Stützle. Stützle for Elias, back for Stützle, deflects it in, goes in after it, sends it around. Peterka tried to play it back to the line, misfired on the pass. Or rather, Stützle misfired on the pass. Back into the slot, shot by Platini, and that went over top the net. Cleared ahead. Stützle in his own zone. Stützle will chip it over onto the near side. Gnip got shaken up as he got taken to the corner boards hard, and Gnip moving a little slowly. Now comes up with the puck and dishes it out to neutral ice and all the way back down, and this is going to go for an icing call. Gnip was really looking for a change, but will not be able to get it.
Head coach Marco Bayer, I was talking earlier about his comportment behind the bench, and 1 goal in the tournament, and you know, the players are frustrated, but they've stayed skating. They've been competitive. Certainly had some chances in this game to score.
And again, Attilio Biasca, who has their only goal not in this game. He was shaken up in the Canada game yesterday. Lower body injury for him. Shanton trying to hold it in. Wolak trying to fight for it. Ends up in behind the net. Big hit. And Simon Canuck stepped into Szymanski. Schwager. And he got bumped. Blitzel stepped into his man as this game starts to get a little physical. A lot physical. Switzerland looking to make a change. So we had to be careful as that puck came to the front of the bench. Salzgeber will play it back into his own end. Kazulo plays it on for Delamont. Delamont winds his way to the line and in. Long wrist shot and grabbed and held by Bugle. Some of the physicality we've seen here in the third period.
When the Germans were at their lowest point, locked up in quarantine for weeks on end, head coach Tobias Abstrater was worried about how they were doing, felt they needed a boost. So we pulled some strings and had these made and delivered to the guys in their hotel rooms. It's become their team mantra, why not us, including the German coat of arms. They warm up in them, and they believe in this, guys. With all they have faced so far, they're blazing new ground at this tournament as a nation. It's been pretty impressive stuff.
Thank you, Ryan. If the why not us was, there's a shot, score. Delamont with the shot from the line may have been tipped in front, and Switzerland is on the board with 10:01 to go here in the third period.
That's the way Swiss fans do those arm curls. Genuinely happy for Switzerland here. The bench was right up as soon as they scored. You know, so the enthusiasm they had, it comes back to the point, and then a little quick turn by Delamont, and he gets it to the net. Kind of a delay as it was moving towards the net. That gets caught up in between the pads. I'm not sure if Alsbecker Allsbach touched it.
Second goal on 86 shots. And Delamont, I think, will get the goal. May have gone off the left skate of Maximilian Zuber. And changed directions just enough that it gets past Bugle. And Switzerland rewarded for all the chances that they have had in this game as they get on the board. Well, they've given it to Allensbach for now. Meyer back into his own end. Simon Canuck. He has been the leader for this Switzerland team. To the blue line it comes for Meyer. Meyer shot, that got blocked. Meyer on it again. Jobin plays it around the boards. Salzgeber. For Chanton at the line as he jumps in. Chanton in a battle with Eliash. Eliash had to get away from him. Score! Ronnie Dollar. So Switzerland has now gone bang, bang.
Oh, I love the enthusiasm of the Swiss players and the fans as well. Good pressure here. Chanton keeps the puck alive, pitching in. No sense trying to protect the 4-1 deficit. And Elias just is not able to corral the puck, and Ronnie Dollar steps right into it. Beyond the outstretched glove of Florian Bugle. All of a sudden it's 4-2.
Well, next few shifts are rather important.
9 minutes left in this game.
Plenty of time. Szymanski back into his own end. Wutzel will flip this down the ice, and it will have enough to get across for icing.
And the first goal that Switzerland scored was off an offensive zone face-off. So with that icing, it gives them another opportunity to start in the offensive zone and see what they can do. That goal's credit to Allensbach.
So they had 1 goal on their first 85 shots of the tournament. And then they score 2 goals on 2 shots. Decipher that one. Puck bounces around. Kananika carries it back in. Kananika to the short side off the side of the net. Kananika working for it. Szymanski picked up and cleared to the corner. Send out at center ice. And now we'll get a line change for Germany. Wutzel back into his own zone. The long lead pass up the middle. Onto the stick of Noah Meyer, though. Meyer puts it off the boards. Cleared in by Salzgeber. Munzenberger, first man back. On for Zimmerman. Zimmerman plays it through for Dubé. Dubé had to get away from him. Zimmerman will clear. And it's back out at center, and now 8 left to go here in the third period in a 2-goal game. At the line, Alberg is offside, so they have to clear the zone. They'll make the change. And quickly up at center for Rocco Pizzulo. Valentin Hofer in after it on the forecheck. Hofer in the corner, gets tied up. Puck squirts back in behind the net. Raba's after it. Tried to play it up for Stützle. Caragano at the line, lets the shot go. That got blocked. And this will get cleared by Steven Raba out to center ice. And now play whistle down, hand pass, and we will get a stoppage. Ronnie Dollar has pulled Switzerland to within 2. Time now for the Gatorade shift of the game.
Stützle was at the firing range and 1, 2, 3 times couldn't get it in. Then he just moves over to the side. He says, JJ, let's see what you can do. And JJ buries it.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Myers after it, getting chased there by Peterka. On for Fiedler, through for Kananika, back for Meyer. Meyer slides it to the side of the net, comes off the skate, back for Meyer. Another shot, that got deflected and it went over top the net. Peterka plays it for Glutzel. Glutzel will skate it out of his own zone, straight up the ice. Carries in, gets dumped on the play, keeps on going, now loses it. And back for Dollar. Through for Meyer. Meyer will chip it in, but he was on his own side of center. And they will not be allowed to change, and that will also bring the face-off all the way back into the Switzerland zone.
Well, Switzerland, since those two quick goals, 56 seconds apart, they've applied some pressure, and you can see that they got some real initiative with respect to trying to find a way to get that third goal. And if they can do it, the sooner they do it, the more uncomfortable will make Germany.
Delamont from Allen Spock and Dollar, and then Dollar unassisted. The scoring place for Switzerland, so now you go back to the second period when they had a number of glorious chances, didn't score, and found themselves down 4-0 coming into the third. But they've made a game of it. They have not gone home easily. Schwieger picks this up, and he'll just dump it back out. Barragana will go back. Deflected in by Jobin. Graba back forward, on for Munzenberger. Alberg trying to stuff it up the boards. Alberg has played some hockey in North America. Owen Sound, Moncton, Des Moines. Graba gets some help, and Munzenberger will skate it out. Try to flip it up the left side boards. Knocked out of midair and sent right back in by Barragana. Long lead pass. Dubé will deflect it in, and then he'll spin it, head to the bench on a change. And now 5.5. Schlapfer with some speed wide. Backhander to the short side as he cut around Maximilian Zuber. Marchand ties it up with Rala. Puck is loose, and Peterka will slip it down the boards. Fust is back for it. Peterka breaks it up, and Glutzel getting chased by Marchand. His back pass intercepted, but then Peterka takes it away from Schlapfer. Peterka sends it on for Stützle. Stützle outside, inside, back to the middle. And maybe a bit of a hook there from Meyer, but no call. Stützle stays on it, back at the line. Long wrister from Gnick went wide. Glutzel holds it in. Peterka trying to kill some time. Peterka gets double teamed. Schlapfer couldn't handle it. Back at the line for Gnick. Wrist shot wide off the backboards. That gets corralled and cleared by Pizzulo, and Schlapfer will play it behind his own net for Meyer. Meyer the long lead pass, and this misfires. Ronnie Dollar was the intended receiver, and another icing call. A lot of fight left in this Swiss team, and a lot of fight left in their fans. Face-off win by Germany. Shot, right pad save made by Faton. Schwieger plays for Szymanski. He got bumped into the boards and knocked down. Cleared in by Shanton, and another icing call. And again, the face-off will come back. So now 4 minutes exactly on the clock. Switzerland fighting to stay alive. Germany fighting to play on. This shot from Zimmerman goes wide. Comes to the near side for Schwieger. Or rather, Dubé. Dubé had trouble controlling it. Dubé tracks it down at center. Gets a little bit of help there. And then getting knocked down was Reisnecker. Faton to the bench now for the extra attacker. Marco Bayer makes the early hook for the netminder for the extra man. Turned over at center, and Salzgeber will carry in. Salzgeber for Jobin. He tried to bust his way in, could not. It's sent around the boards. Long shot stopped in front of the net. Some confusion at the Swiss bench as to who is coming out. Back for Rocco Pizzuto. Gets it to the line. It'll get flipped in. And now cleared right back out. Pizzuto goes back for it, and now 3 left in regulation. 6 attackers for Switzerland. Salzgeber gets tied up on the near side with Peterka. Back to the line, it comes to Meyer for Delamont. Delamont with the shot, that never got through. Ronnie Dollar trying to send that on for Schlapfer. Elvis Schlapfer in a battle, cleared along the boards. No room there for Stützle. Back for Salzgeber. Salzgeber into the corner. Schlapfer plays it back up top for Pizzuto. Pizzuto's shot, that got blocked. Taken there by Stützle. Good block there by Peterka. Peterka with 2 in the game. Peterka scores! J.J. Peterka blocked the shot from the line and gets rewarded with the goal that should advance Germany to the quarterfinals.
What an effort by J.J. Peterka. The German fans are cheering, but as we go back, this is the defensive zone. Stützle is fully committed to blocking this shot. There's no half measures in that approach, and then he gets the puck here, tries to shoot it, but it gets blocked, but then Peterka goes to work, fighting off the determined checking of Switzerland, and completes the hat trick. I don't know if he was trying to break his stick or he was just kind of flexing. 5-point game for J.J. Peterka. I wouldn't be giving Tim Stützle an assist on that because he tried to fire and went off the Swiss player.
Correct. Volek is going to get a penalty. And now Alan Spock comes in as Volek and Meyer came together at center ice. Meanwhile, play was continuing. Everybody's gathering over by the penalty box. And the officials will sort it out. Power play when we come back.
Well, Justin Volek gets a penalty here, an unnecessary cross-check right up into the head of Noah Meyer. It's a 5-minute major, and I can't see how he doesn't get suspended for a game. I just can't see how he doesn't. And, you know, you've played all this way to get to a quarterfinal game. 2 minutes left in the game, and you take that. Completely unnecessary, uncalled for, and in my view, fully deserving of a suspension.
And it's a major. So Switzerland to the power play for what's left on the clock. Shot. Score! Well, it was Meyer that took the high stick, and Noah Meyer's wrist shot from the line finds the back of the net. It's a 2-goal game. 1:46 left. Switzerland stays on the power play.
5-minute major. And as you pointed out, you know, you can score as many as you want here, but Noah Meyer gets the puck back, and he gets it through. That's the key. Good screen in front. I don't think Fuss tipped it, but he created some distraction for the goaltender. No, it went right off the post, and the play right off the post and then in off the back of Bugel.
Switzerland has now scored on its last 3 shots on goal. Excitement on that bench.
They were at 1.2% shooting percentage before they scored their first goal this game. Now they're 100 in their last shots, 3 shots.
Here comes Schlapfer. Lays it back at the line for Meyer. Another shot. Oh, big save with the right pad by Bugel. Mark that down with 1:25 to go.
Oh, yeah, that was a big save.
Change directions. Simon Canuck for Schlapfer. Schlapfer skates it in. Bugel, another save, poked away. Grabbed the long shot at the empty net wide by Alberg. After it goes Stützle. Stutzla trying to keep it in the Swiss end of the ice, but it's up for Alan Spock. Alan Spock will hammer it in. Chopped away by Ganip. Backhanded around the boards by Fust. Power play continues with Alan Spock at the line for Meyer. Back it comes to the front of the net. Meyer tees it up, rifles another one, that's off the leg. To the corner it goes, Stutzla trying to hammer it out, and it goes off the stick of Barragano and out. Meyer brings it back in. Meyer through for Simon Canuck, scores! Simon Canuck makes this a one-goal game. And they will want to take a look at the clock.
23.9 seconds left on the clock.
It looked as though it ran for maybe a second or a second and a half.
What a nice play by Noah Meyer to just feather it into the streaking Simon Canuck. And then Canuck, again, off the post and in beyond the outstretched glove hand of Bugle.
What a finish.
Think about the J.J. Peterka play that ended up as the empty net goal that is now the goal that has Germany in front.
And somewhere there is a nervous Justin Volek, who had picked up the 5-minute major and game misconduct that has allowed Switzerland to score 2 power play goals on that major.
If they happen to score here, they go into overtime with a power play.
Correct. There's 3:22 left on the major. Shots are 34-25 in favor of Switzerland. Peterka, Stutzla, Munzenberger. Again, both those goals coming with 6 attackers with the net empty. Well, they have not adjusted the clock. It stays at 23.9. And the officials over to chat with...
They put some seconds on.
There we go.
25.6
There
now.
they go. They have adjusted it. Simon Canuck, a big face-off win to the side of the net. Scramble! Bugle makes the save and hangs on to it. What a chance right off the face-off. A set play, clean face-off win, and the pass for Simon Canuck. Fust with a couple of whacks at it.
Oh, what a chance here. And again, another offensive zone face-off, 17 seconds left.
And another face-off win. Shot from the line, that sails wide. Alan Spock lets it go back for Barragano, intercepted, and Stutzla will clear it off the body and down the ice, and that should do it as Germany hangs on to defeat Switzerland 5-4. Germany will climb to 3rd place in the A pool and advance to the quarterfinals for the first time in 13 tries. Well, we talked through the course of the game, Craig, that Switzerland was not giving up. Despite the fact they were down 4-0, they battled and they battled hard.
They sure did, and right to the very end, you know, off the face-off, after they had scored the 4th goal, and Bugle had to make a terrific save. But the effort by Switzerland, obviously a very disappointing tournament, but down 4-0, no quit in that team. You can lead with your heads high. And as you pointed out, I mean,
Justin Bullock with the 5-minute major cross-checking penalty on Noah Meyer.
So we'll have the players of the game for these two teams. And then we will have the players of the tournament for Switzerland.
And there's Bugle at the end. Can you believe it?
It went down to the wire.
Yep.
The big pass save he made when it was still 5-3. And then Canuck scores to make it 5-4. And then the save he makes in tight off Fust.
After the exit the ice. The best player of Team Switzerland est le numéro 15, number 15, Ronnie Dollar.
Ronnie Dollar's goal that made it a 2-goal game and gave Switzerland some life.
The best player of Team Germany est le numéro 24, number 24, John Jason Peterka.
Peterka with the 3 goals. The last one into an empty net. As Craig pointed out, turned out to be the game winner.
Oh ja, jetzt sing mal, jetzt sing mal.
And now for the 3 best players of the 2021 IIHF World Junior Championship for Team Switzerland. The 3 best players are selected by their team and will each receive a Tissot watch. The 3 best players of Team Switzerland are number 29, le numéro 29, Thibaut Faton.
Faton, the netminder.
He was terrific throughout the tournament.
Was. And very good again today. Gave his team a chance.
The next player is number 8, le numéro 8, Simon Knock.
And well-deserved for Simon Canuck.
He finally got rewarded at the end.
Yeah.
With the goal.
He got them to within 1.
And finally, number 18, le numéro 18, Iñaki Barragano.
Iñaki Barragano is the 3rd player of the tournament for Switzerland. So Germany with the win. 5 points. Moving into 3rd place in the A
Et
pool.
maintenant, pour l'hymne national,
Ahead of Slovakia.
for the national anthem of Team Germany.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 80 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey teams. By TELUS, helping build stronger communities on and off the ice. When we give back together, we're all connected for good. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Team Canada. The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, Alberta is brought to you in part by Chevrolet. Find new reasons to cheer. Find new roads.
After all the adversity that Team Germany has faced, what a shot this is. Germany with the win here over Switzerland, advancing to the quarterfinals for the first time in 13 tries. And all those positive test results, all the quarantine, 14 skaters in their first 3 games, the blowout loss to the Canadians, all a thing of the past, as Germany finishing 3rd in Group A. One last puzzle piece still to be determined. Will it be Canada or Finland atop the group? We won't know that until New Year's Eve night. So that does it for the second game of the day. We still have one more to go, and it is a good one. From Group B, Russia and Sweden, as the Swedes put that 54-game preliminary round win streak on the line against Russia. So Germany, plenty of reasons to celebrate. It was the Sens prospect Tim Stützle and JJ Peterka putting on a show once again, getting the Germans through to the quarterfinals. For Ray Ferraro, Craig Button, and Dennis Bayak, I'm Laura Dyken, and thanks so much for watching our continuing coverage of the World Juniors from the Edmonton bubble.